Here's a couple of things I wish I would have known going in to give birth with my first baby testing positive for Group B strep. If you're new here, my name's Katie. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 6 kids, and this is my first baby that I ever had Group B strep, and there was some differences that I was not expecting. Going in, I knew I was going to have to be given antibiotics, but I had never had antibiotics through an IV, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, that stuff hurt. Now, I will say that we struggled greatly getting my IVs in. Like, I'm probably still even a little bit bruised, and I'm 2 weeks postpartum tomorrow, and so the IVs were a major problem, and they had to use like a smaller cath than what they were thinking they were going to have to use, because they ended up having to put the IV in my hand, and they told me that that is what made my antibiotics burn even more. And when I tell you, I could literally feel every vein, every little valve in my arm burning. I mean, like, literally burning to the point where that took my mind off the contractions. I'm not kidding. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this to prepare you. Go ahead and tell your nurses, like, hey, let's dilute the crap out of this stuff, okay? Because I'm telling you, once they got it diluted down enough, it did not burn, but it was literally so painful. And a conversation you're going to want to have with your pediatrician beforehand is their protocol of how long you're going to have to stay in the hospital if you are testing positive for Group B strep. Group B strep is not dangerous for mama, but it is dangerous for baby, especially if you don't get those antibiotics in. So if you're not about antibiotics, that's something you're going to have to talk about with your OBGYN and with your pediatrician. So my pediatrician, their protocol is no matter how much antibiotics you have, you still have to stay in the hospital 48 hours. And that's really different for me, because I'm normally, after 24 hours, I'm going home. And I'm going to be honest, I did not even really think to talk to my pediatrician beforehand, which is crazy on my part, so I should have known that. But yeah, my pediatrician's protocol is 48 hours in the hospital, even if you have all the antibiotics that you're supposed to take. So I was not really expecting it, kind of expecting it. I just kind of went with the flow. Like, I'm very much like that with labor and delivery anyways. So it wasn't that big of a deal, but if you kind of have in your head that you're going home 24 hours, just don't count on that. Just talk to your pediatrician. And when they told me the risk of going home, I was like, no, we're gonna stay in this hospital another night just to make sure everything is good. And I was completely fine with staying longer. Other than that, the antibiotics and having to stay in the hospital longer, everything else went normal. So there's nothing else that they do, or in my hospital with my pediatrician anyway, there's nothing special that happens. So yeah, antibiotics, just be able to dilute them, talk to your nurses, and then talk to your pediatrician to know their protocol on how long you're going to stay in the hospital.